they haven't told us on their chart where Fremont is currently. But as I had reviewed that law, I don't believe that that would allow it to go forward. Because that's your law. If you look at the different issues, tower height, what's the tower height that's allowed now?
420.
So that, I don't believe, from what I've heard, that that's acceptable to Everpower.
Will that work with you better?
420 feet will not work. However, there was an amendment that was passed.
It wasn't properly legally done.
So if that amendment is in play, then we can live with the previous wind law in the event. But just to be clear, we are okay with the law being turned down, and we simply want to, review these comments. These comments just came in. We have not taken a look at them, nor has the board, really, besides 30 minutes ago. So we would request that we just review these. And I think we're really close to getting a full law that everybody is happy with.
So we can do 420-foot towers?
No, we cannot.
Right now.
Why was the town of Fremont chosen for the 500-foot towers and all the surrounding towns weren't? Why was that?
All the surrounding towns do allow 500 feet towers.
The other surrounding towns, why didn't they get?
Why didn't they?
Why are you not putting taller towers in the other towns?
Why
you
put in
only
the
going
same height towers in all 4 towns.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It seems to me if you're gonna go back to the old wind law, then all these meetings we've had since January have been a waste of time. Because of Bud Phelps and Mike Whiteman, pretty much.
Well, I guess you can say what you want. I got my opinion, you got yours.
Yeah.
You got 420-foot towers too.
I eliminated so many of them, that the dam project will go down the road.
That's a good thing.
They'll go down the road.
And another company will be right behind them.
They're not even doing it with
And
420.
so many utilities.
That's what you just voted on.
They're all 400.
No, they're not.
I know, you've been saying all along that you wanted to pass, and now all of a sudden you and Mike are going opposite. I don't understand what's going on here.
Thanks to you two.
You're dragging it on. We're all, actually, look, we're all agreeing, even the ones that are opposed and pro and not pro, we're all agreeing to pass it. And you guys are putting the brakes on.
It's gotta be do something with less money. It has to be.
It's all or nothing with it.
It has to be.
Yeah, they can't meet halfway.
You gotta protect us people as best as you can. It's bad enough that we're having them put here.
I just don't think the whole,
Why did you change your mind?
Yeah. Mike, why did you?
Because I don't like the L10.
Why don't you like the L10?
Because I think I talked to a Navy scientist, a friend of mine, that I went over this with him after the last meeting, and he says that the difference between L10 and LEQ is about 2 decibels.
That's a lot of decibels.
2 decibels?
When you're
Is it a lot?
What's a pin? When a pin hits 4, how many decibels is that?
Yeah, you don't have any going anywhere near you, sir.
It's an exponential curve. 3 decibels is double.
Yes.
So I made a spreadsheet, it's in all your packets. It just says 4 different hours. Well, actually, an LEQ meter actually reads 16 times a second. So over an hour, it will have over 56,000 different samples, and then it will average them together. I just did a basic 60 squares and average, but you could have 10 minutes of 80, 10 minutes of 70, 24 minutes of 45, and 12 minutes of 55, and it would average at 50. I mean, that's just simple math, kind of what we're trying to get away from.
And unacceptable.
You could also have 42 minutes of 60 to 70 dBA, shut the turbine down for 20 25 minutes, and you would average at 45. So, I mean, just examples of different scenarios that could happen.
And for those of us who have to listen to them, unlike Mike, unfortunately for you, you're not gonna be put in a position where you have to worry about these. But for us, it's huge. It's, you know, whether the babies are taking a nap or we're, you know, we got things we're doing.
And Mike,
It's
I have a question for
totally
you too.
disturbing
Sure. Yep.
our lifestyle.
That's okay. It was a report from RSG, the Barron Wind Sound Monitoring Compliance Protocol from 2017. And it shows your monitoring stations will be set up at the following locations at pre-construction sound level monitoring was conducted. One on Henke Hollow, which is 1,935 feet, modeled sound of 44 dBA. Dyke Road, 2,095 feet, 44 dBA. Haskinsville, 2,170 feet, 42 dBA. And Rose Road, 1,920 feet at 38 dBA. How come you don't have anything in here at 1,500 feet where some residences, houses would be?
Yeah, so, you know, as discussed on Friday night, first of all, so I don't know the answer to the question, and as discussed, I am not a sound expert, but I would love to get a sound expert here, independent. We've never worked with them, you know, totally to answer any questions the public has, the board has, just to talk about L10 versus LEQ.
Well, this is your document of what you're gonna do when
Agreed.
people
Yeah, so
complain.
that is based on our sound consultant's analysis.
But you don't have anything right at 1,500 feet where some houses will be.
Yeah.
So let's study it, and we will get you the correct answer.
But we need it for the complaint resolution, that you'll actually test at those houses and show that you're in compliance at those people's houses. And that's the important factor of it all.
Yeah, and just to try to explain L10 versus LEQ. So L10 is really the standard form of measurement that is meant to acquire all the outliers. So if a plane goes over this building or that siren goes off, that is what L10 is supposed to capture. LEQ is meant to be an equivalent average over time because that's what the turbine is going to be doing. That is how every turbine in the wind industry is rated for dBA, LEQ. So we can't even measure compliance from an L10 perspective. So that's why we have an issue with this. In addition to, you know, Mike's point about his Navy scientists, yeah, L10 is more restrictive, unfortunately. But we definitely understand that, you know, it might be it's 6 minutes, to your point, because it's 10% of an hour.
Could we put LEQ and make it a 10-minute window versus an hour? I know the county didn't even put a time frame in. And
Yeah,
that,
again,
that
I
totally
think,
negates the LEQ.
I think, I don't want to misspeak about sound because I'm not the sound expert, and as you can tell, it's a very complex topic. So I would feel very good about taking the next step as getting a sound expert and ready to answer everybody's questions.
I have a question. Why was the 50-10 okay in the old law, and you guys never made a peace about that?
So to Mike's point, you know, 50 L10 is, you know, closer to 48 LEQ.
So it was, but,
So
you keep saying about this.
So it's all about the modeling, and so when we do the modeling, you know, 48 LEQ was okay from where we're planning to put prospective wind turbines. And to be perfectly honest, the 2008 law using L10 is wrong. It shouldn't have been L10.
That's what you got now.
Yeah.
But that was one of the amendments you asked for,
Mm-hmm.
and we passed it. Frank, I passed that.
To the L10?
Yeah, we went through the, we let it switch to the LEQ,
Right.
and then the board came upon and they switched it.
Yeah, the county wanted the averages, and that's why it was LE2. It's a truer way of measuring. instead of just one instant it's there and then it's gone. The average is out over 8 hours.
But just like Mike, Bud, you aren't gonna be in earshot of these things, and L10 is more protective, and that's your main job. You guys are supposed to be protecting the residents, and you're not doing it. So the two guys that are voting against this aren't gonna be in earshot of these windmills, so you could care less about the residents.
Or our well water.
Your well water's taken care of under Article 10.
Oh, come on.
all
Okay,
taken
so
care
what do
of.
you guys wanna do moving forward? We need a plan.
You ought to just stop it.
LEQ incorporated into the thing, the way it should be. Take out these Amish homes and churches and that crap out of there that was put in there. Ridiculous.
You don't want to protect the churches?
They're protected the way they are. I mean, I'm sure that,
Yeah.
come on.
Maybe just change it to LEQ and all that.
Yeah, the LEQ is the big one.
You should not jeopardize our health and safety.
More than you already are.
Has Ember Power been in contact with anybody in the board regarding LEQ in a private phone call or meeting this week? Bud?
I think you should hire Rick James to come here and do a presentation instead of just hearing this one-sided thing from Steuben County. Get hold of him and see what it would cost to get here.
Here's the thing, guys, we don't have a lot of time, we need to, you guys voted it down, to come up with a plan, move forward.
Any changes now, you'd have to send back to the county, correct?
Depend, if there's small, minute changes,
If there are nominal changes, no. Otherwise, yes. If it's a substantive change, we have to send it back to them.
So you're out of time. I mean, LEQ and L10 is a huge difference. That's not something small.
No, they're going all night and argue over it, I guess. But
What do you want?
I look at it
What do you
from a
want?
practical
I
standpoint.
just wanna change the LEQ.
I stick with my guns.
I think there should be a time on it,
Yes,
because LEQ.
Well, let's go with LEQ in 1 hour.
1 hour is too big a window. About 10 minutes?
I can't agree with that. Like, again, I'm not a sound expert. What I would suggest is that we get somebody
don't
that
have
is.
time.
We do have time.
No,
No, you
don't.
don't.
We do.
Let it go back to the old law. The hell, I'm sick of these
Yeah,
meetings.
just-
We've been coming here for 8 or 9 months and it's the same old shit, meeting after meeting. Let it go back to the old law. If they can't deal with 420, too bad, let them go away. Everybody's sick and tired of this.
Mike, I plead with you to vote with us on this one. Just go back to
It's
the
more
old
than 10
law.
decibels, or 2 decibels, because
I-
on an hour period, that can peak out at
It sounds like a
65.
jet
And
engine.
who's gotta live next to this 65 decibel, and yet it'll still pass at
I
45?
do, Bert, I live right next to the airport. Okay, I got planes flying over my.
Well, we don't wanna listen to it up here for a half hour, and
Well, I'm
we
sorry, you
gotta-
guys say that I don't have anything, that I don't know what you're talking about. I have planes going over my house all the time.
You have a conflict of interest.
You're related to all these people.
But that's, here or there, but that's,
How did that come
your
from?
airplanes are a constant.
It came from me.
But
These would be a constant.
when that
They have to-
Isn't your
jet
wife
takes off
Carol's
in the
first
morning,
cousin?
I hear it.
Well, yes, but here again, to get it back into perspective, it's not a constant.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna be a
Come on,
constant.
Mike, vote with us. Just get this over with. Pull the Band-Aid off.
I did vote with you guys
Yeah,
on the amendments. Remember, the wind law wanted to, the wind company wants to go to 1.1 for setbacks. Frank and I did not let that
No,
happen.
you didn't. Thank you for that. You made it 1.5. I appreciate
and-
that.
Should be further than that.
But
I
you're still
am-
keeping the decibel.
I am
You're still
looking
gonna
out
keep
for
the
everybody in the town. I'm not looking out for the northwest corner of town, I'm not looking out for the northeast corner of town, I'm not looking out for the southwest corner of town, I'm not looking out for the southeast corner of town. I'm looking out for the whole town.
Not the northeast.
But that 1.1 was a no-brainer. The industry standard is 1,500. We were at 1,000. You know, that's something that Spitzer wrote up. That's just a general law that he does for every town. So that was a no-brainer.
Seems kind of
The
like
industry standard's 1,500, and we were at 1,000, so that was nothing.
Best interest at hand, they wanna make
Now,
money.
Mike, the way the company, or the county wrote up this LEQ without a time frame, that's not correct either.
Again, you know, I can't answer that question.
Oh, my God.
That-
If the
So,
state comes up
to-
with
to
these
my-
findings for certain numbers, they should stick by what the state says. Why should we go higher? It's just to line their pockets with more money.
I mean, what I would suggest is because this is so fresh, we can send it to a sound expert of your choice and get them to tell us whether or not that is a correct form. Because what I also am a little, because this is so fresh, if this is, you know, passed with this included, like, we haven't had any opportunity to look at it.
Yeah, come back and.
Right. I mean, again,
Yes, you have, it's the same thing, exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, it's exactly what.
So this is, you know what this is.
Email
I'm just saying, you
Just
know, there
because
hasn't
it's the
been,
wording,
there hasn't been time.
this is exactly what you wanted the last time you were here.
Yeah,
So
we
you can't
do
say you
want,
didn't know, cause it's there,
That's
right there.
exactly what you requested.
Magically, the county takes your word and prints it, unbeknownst to asking us if we have any concerns.
I think the board has given in so much, invent so much for this, and they don't wanna budge.
You're absolutely right. What was it, 5 months ago, you all voted for different amendments to protect the town, and then you turn around, because we keep hearing it's gonna jeopardize the project. Over and over, we've heard that, and you gave half to 3/4 of the things that you had in there to protect the town back. And now here we go again with the L10 and LEQ.
Unacceptable.
Let it go back to the old wind law then, and the heck with it.
Yep.
Alright guys, what's the plan?
You vote.
Well, I think we better get it back to us LEQ in 8 hours. Do away with this. Yeah.
I don't wanna go 8 hours, but you do make LEQ and would say at least 1 hour, at the least.
That's the whole idea of LEQ, that's, and averaging things out is the whole idea of it. And whether it's 1 hour or 8 hours or what it is, I
How did you get so
can't
smart about this? You never said a word about this till now.
get on your front porch.
Count the money.
That's
Yes,
what
I talked to the guys.
about LEQ, the smartphone.
But you waited till now to read about it.
No, I have read it, and I have talked about it.
Well, there we go, you told you about it.
Yeah, we know.
But here again, like your study there, could be 65, 70, and it averages down. It's ridiculous decibels that high.
That's
It is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, the maximum level is gonna be very high, and then it can still make that 45 decibel range.
Yeah.
So 45 doesn't really mean 45 anymore.
No.
Means nothing.
You can average it out.
Please protect us and stay with the L10. If these other two don't wanna go, then the heck with it.
And Mike, if you said it's just 2 decibels, then just go L10, it's only 2 decibels, so I don't understand why that's such, all of a sudden that's such an issue. You know, the L10 is protecting us as citizens and residents, and it's only 2 decibels, as you said, then just go with that.
well,
What big difference does it make? It's protecting us, it's protecting your townspeople that you're representing. I don't expect anything from this guy in the other corner over here, but you,
Well,
Come on.
this is the way I look at it. If the state came in and they said, well, it looks like the town of Fremont doesn't want the windmills, because the state wants the LAQ. Because the county went to the state, everything, and I don't wanna take the chance of screwing this up for the whole town. I mean, to me, it's as simple as this. You guys don't want money, but you guys don't want your taxes to go up either. And the only way, and alls three new board members when they got on, because they went around and campaigned and everything.